Greetings, YouTube. The Doctor is in. Dr. Urias Papers here, coming at you with another commentary on Marvel Contest of Champions. And today is another rank or not rank installment. And we are going to be talking about Immortal Abomination. I know you can't see it on the left-handed side of the screen, but I wanted to tell you that I am giving this guy, Immortal Abomination, an A. And the question that we always ask with this is, do we rank them up to rank 5 or not? So if they are a rank 1, do we rank them to rank 2? Immortal Abomination is a yes. If they're a rank 2 6-star, do we rank them to rank 3? Immortal Abomination is a yes. If they're rank 3, do we rank them to rank 4? Immortal Abomination is a yes. And if they are a rank 4, do we rank him to rank 5? The Immortal Abomination is a yes. We are ranking him all the way up to rank 5. So, let's take a look at him at SIG 200. Here he is, 6-star, rank 5, SIG 200. Now, we're, again, our comparator for this. Let's turn off the arrow and the rating so you can see everything. Our comparator for this is Groot, just the regular old Groot. He is our base champ. So, again, he's got 60,000. He's pretty beefy. So he's got 60,000 health or HP. And he's got an attack rating of 3,800. So those are two of the things that we're doing here. And he's got a crit rate of about 14%. Okay, so let's get back to Immortal A-Bomb. At SIG 200, he's got a health of 57,000. So it's about 2,300 less than Groot. He has an attack of 4,500, so it's 700 higher. And he has a crit rate of 5%. So his crit rate is horrible. But this guy is so beefy, and he's got so much extra stuff that he can do. So one of the major reasons that I am giving him a and saying that we're going to rank him all the way up, there's several reasons. There are several reasons. This guy's got so much utility. This is one of them. He takes 100% less damage from poisons. He's not immune to poisons, but he takes 100% less damage from poisons. So that makes him very suicide friendly. So you still have poisons on you. You just don't take any damage from them, but they count against willpower, which means he actually heals. Now, when you've got Liquid Courage and Double Edge on, he doesn't heal that much, but as soon as that bleed turns off, he starts healing pretty heftily. Then he's got these corrosive poisons. So contact with him has a 15% chance to inflict a poison that deals 3,800 over 25 seconds and reduces health recovery by 30%. So that's another great angle and aspect of this is that he's got a pretty good attack rating. His crit sucks. It's horrible. But he does all this poison damage. If they get 10 poisons, he does acid damage, which is almost 25,000 points over 5 seconds, which is called acid burn. While the acid burn is active, the opponent is inflicted with an indefinite non-stacking poison that deals 0 damage and reduces health recovery by 30%. So they're not taking poison damage anymore, but their health recovery is still reduced. So if they have any kind of regeneration or health recovery, it's gone, or it will be gone. And then while this is active, no additional personal poisons can be inflicted. When you strike them and they're suffering from acid burn, it's unblockable, and you deal burst damage as well. So on top of the acid burn damage, you're going to deal burst damage. And then when triggering acid burn, Abomination inflicts a petrify debuff of a 60% potency. So that also affects health recovery and combat power rate. He also puts poisons on himself. And then each poison on Abomination grants him physical resistance. And so that feeds into this health not actually being 57,000, but probably being a lot higher. And while Abomination is poisoned, each time he blocks an attack, the opponent is inflicted with a weakness buff, reducing attack rating by 30% for 2 seconds. Again, which this is a very deceptive number. It's actually a lot higher because of this physical resistance and this weakness buff that gets put on opponents. Now, special attack 1 puts a petrify, 20% potency for 25 seconds. Again, 30% health reduction, 20% petrify. That each one of these is going to reduce health recovery. And then he inflicts himself with 4 poisons. And this increases to 6 if he's got his Toxic Aura. And how do you turn the Toxic Aura on? You go to the Special 2. You activate the Toxic Aura for 10 seconds. While active, consume 1 poison debuff every 2 seconds to keep the aura paused. During Toxic Aura, standing near the opponent inflicts 1 poison debuff every second that deals 3,800. So it's a little bit more than, well, it's the same. It's the same as these right here. And over 10 seconds, and reduces health recovered by 10%. And you can actually watch these poisons tick up. And remember, as soon as they hit 10, they go into Acid Burn. And then each stack of Toxic Aura beyond the first increases the speed that it inflicts poisons by 25%. So you could start spamming this, and you could increase this. You could start cycling through the acid burns pretty fast. Special 3 inflicts Acid Burn for the 25,000 points of damage. And each stack of Toxic Aura inflicts 1 additional Acid Burn effect. So if you do the Special 2 and then the Special 3, you get 2 Acid Burns, and they're going to take a ton of damage. Until the next time Toxic Aura expires, it becomes enhanced, increasing the time it takes to consume poisons by half a second. So it makes the Toxic Aura last longer. Now, so all of that adds to that attack rating, making him do tons and tons and tons of damage. And it also makes his health actually increase because of all the physical resistance and the weaknesses put on opponents. So really, you can let these guys run right into your block, and it's really not going to do a whole lot. They're gonna get weaknesses, and those weaknesses are going to stack. And you can watch them stack. And every time they get a weakness, it's, where is it? Each time they get a weakness, it's reduces their attack rating by 30%. If they got 3 weaknesses, that's 90% reduction in attack rating. So they're really not going to take a whole lot of damage. Now, do you want to put SIG levels on Immortal Abomination? Yes. Does he need to be awakened? Not really, but it really, really helps. And you do want him to be high SIG if you are going to have him awakened. And here's the reason why. 1, you want him to be awakened because the self-inflicted poisons increase to 12 from, I believe it's 10. So 10. It goes from 10 to 12, which makes the Toxic Aura last longer. And Abomination self-inflicts 3 poisons at the start of the fight. So if he's not awakened, he starts with 0. If he's awakened, he starts with 3, and he goes all the way up to 12, which makes this worse, which makes this worse. So he already starts with physical resistance if he's awakened. And it's a physical resistance of around 270. In addition, and this goes, so if we set this to 0, this goes from 6 to 30% longer for poisons, petrifies, and acid burns. So you can take this 25 seconds and multiply it by 30.3 or 1.3, which means it's going to last over a half a minute. This 5 seconds is going to last 30% longer. So that's about another second, but it's another 20. It's another bolus of this damage, and then what else do we got that lasts time here? Oh, and this one, this petrify, that's going to go up to over 30 seconds. So you can see you want this as high as you can. And this guy at rank 5 is going to do so much damage with all. You can see already here. All this damage they do, especially if you hit this Special 2 and then the Special 3. A lot of people will Special 1 first to get the extra 4 poisons on. So by the time you hit this, if he's awakened, you'll go probably to about 8 or 9 self poisons, and then they hit the special 2, and then they hit the special 3. And it doesn't matter if they hit into your block, because the more they hit into your block, the more reduced their damage is. Now, he's got a couple of really great synergies, and when I say great synergies, they're with champs that you actually will want to play. Like Abominable Comrade, I'm not bringing Abomination in, because we went over him yesterday, and he sucks. So we're not going to be bringing him in, even though the synergy is pretty good. Each time a poison debuff expires or is removed from the opponent, there's a 5% chance to inflict an Enervate debuff, which is okay. Now, enemies is not the greatest synergy in the world, but the Hulk is in here, which is a great, great champ, and we'll be going over him in the future. And so that's a good team to have, and it actually increases his crit rating. So his crit rating right now is 119, so it more than doubles it. So it brings it up to about 11%. And he needs all the crit rating that he can get. The other really good one is here with Baron Zemo. I just totally had a brain freeze there. So with Baron Zemo, and activating a special attack grants a non-stacking vicious buff, increasing the potency of damage over time debuffs by 50% for 10 seconds. Look at that. So every time you flip one of these on, all of this damage over time from these poisons increases by 50%. That is massive. And then finally, and Baron Zemo is a great champ to have too. And then finally, with Absorbing Man, you gain 250 energy resistance for each poison effect on himself. So there's no energy resistance here in his kit. But if you bring in Absorbing Man, then he's going to have energy resistance all of a sudden. All right, so don't forget to hit that subscribe button. If you like this video, hit the like button. And if you have any questions or comments, please leave a question or comment. And that's what we got. He is very rankable all the way up to rank 5 in my opinion. He deserves your SIG values all the way up to 200. And that's what I got for every day, and I'll catch everybody later.